Hello. I believe I'm live now. I am looking at my phone to make sure I can hear myself. Let me check and see. Hello. Oh, my microphone sounds crappy. I don't know what's going on with it. Let me make sure. Okay. I don't know what's happening, but hopefully it doesn't sound too bad. I might just go ahead and disconnect this. So bear with me as I try to get this whole technology stuff together, okay? Because I can hear myself better now. Okay, good. Yay! So I am so happy to be here for day 2. Let me tell you, if you were here last night, we had a ball, okay? So I figured out a few little things here on trying to get to going live on all these platforms, because we're live on Twitter, we're live on Facebook, we are live on Instagram, as well as YouTube. And so this is my first time using this whole system thing. So, there's a learning curve, especially when I'm not used to doing it. Okay. But anyhow, last night we had a lot of fun. If you missed it, I revealed a secret Etsy code for 70% off. 70% off. So it expired at midnight, but that is okay, because if you stick around to the end, I am going to give you not only another secret promo code for Etsy, but I am also going to give you another secret code for bonus entries into the giveaway that I am doing. So just real quick, right now there's already 10% off on Etsy. But you know, why just do 10? Why not just go big or go home? And so each night there will be a different amount or a different percentage being taken off. But I want to talk about the giveaway, because I did say that if you hang around to the end, you'll get a giveaway code as well. Now, I will say that this code will give you 100 entries into the giveaway. Now, the catch is you have to make a purchase on my Etsy. But if you already want to go ahead and take advantage of the percentage that I'm giving you, the secret promo code that I'm giving you, why not just go ahead and throw in that extra giveaway code to get that 100 bonus entry, okay? So let me see here. I need to make sure that I have my chat going up. I have my phone going on to make sure I do not lose connection, or if I lose connection, at least I'll know I'm losing connection. Because I am not able to pull some of this stuff up, and my computer is freezing right now. But I think you can hear me. Hopefully you can hear me. If you can, you know, hey, whatever. So bear with me as I'm getting this together. Hopefully I don't lose connection, because something is going on with my screen as we speak. Okay, so it looks like I am still here. It looks like I am still here. I am just waiting for a second to see. It looks like my phone. Hold on. Let me hear if I hear myself. Okay, so it looks like I am still. Okay, so I am still here. Well, I tell you, if I could hire somebody to do the technology side of this, I totally would, because there's just a whole learning curve. I'm not a technology person. I am a social science person, psychology, all about feelings and emotion, and not this whole technical crap that goes on behind here. So if you're here, let me know in the chat, right? I noticed last night I did not have access to all of the chat that was happening on Facebook for whatever reason. The system that I'm using did not put up Facebook chat. But I was able to see people who were tuning in from YouTube. I was able to see people who were tuning in from Instagram. And we had a pretty good going at it. So tonight, if you are interested, we will definitely go over product of the day. And this is another juicy product of the day, where we can talk a little bit more about that, as well as the whole Ask Anything to an Extent section, where if you have any questions about any products, services, or just general questions regarding spirituality, whatever it may be, you can definitely ask me if you want to. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, I noticed earlier, again, I talked about the giveaway. Let me go back, because I'm getting ahead of myself. I have to get my outline so I don't start rambling. This giveaway has 10 different oils. It has a coconut milk herbal foot soak that I created, and it is amazing. Of course, I'm biased, but it's really good. And then not only that, I also created a health serum, hair, oh God, I can't get my words out tonight. Hair growth serum, as well as a weight loss assistance serum, as well as spiritual baths. I'm going to throw in some shower bombs. Yes, shower bombs. That's different from bath bombs. It's more of an aromatherapy type thing. And I can't remember what else I'm throwing in there, but because it's a lot of stuff, and it's like the biggest giveaway that I've ever done. And it tends to happen when I always tend to give something away around the springtime every year. It's just because it's my favorite time of year. Hence the reason why I've called this whole 31-day live streaming, I called it Reset, Refresh, Renew. Or wait, Reset, Refresh, yeah, Renew. That's what I called it. And it's because, although yes, spring has already started, but you know, when spring starts, it's still in that like, oh, you know, it's kind of cold outside, right? It's still a little chilly. And by the time May hits, the warmer temperatures tend to stay a little bit longer. And when the warmer temperatures stay, then that's when we really start feeling like, spring is finally here. We get a renewness of spirit. We get a renewness of self. And that's why I decided to go ahead and do it, because May is one of my favorite times of the month. It's also the month that I started this business a few years back. And then also, yeah, why not? Why not? So anyway, let me know if you're here, and we'll go ahead and get right on into this. So the product of the day is the CFM oil. And you can read the title over there quite clearly, what CFM means. I do not want to say the words, only because I do not want to get like dinged on YouTube or whatnot. So I have to just kind of keep some things under wraps like that. But anyhow, this oil, last night we talked about the Fatal Obsession oil, and tonight we're talking about the CFM oil. Both of these oils are like my top best sellers, and for good reason, right? Because it works. And I'm not just using my own words, I'm using words of other people. The many testimonials, I have almost 5,000 testimonials on Etsy, and yeah, it works. But the CFM oil is literally that. Now, let me tell you, I use quite a few different ingredients in this, and I have to say, one of the questions that I got in regards to this oil, I got a couple of different questions that I'm going to address in regards to this oil that I want to make sure that people are not doing, okay? Any oil that I create and I make, it is not ingestible. Please, 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 please do not drink it, okay? I do not make any food type products. I am not licensed, or I don't do that. So please do not ingest it. If you do, that is totally your decision, but I am telling you, don't. And then the second question that I get most popular to this oil is, I guess there's three really kind of top questions, right? But there's another question that, can you use it internally? So when I say internally, I'm saying use your imagination in regards to that question. And my answer for that is no. It is not meant to go inside any body part. It is not meant to be swallowed in any type of way. So just don't do it, because there are herbs in this, and I do not want them getting stuck in any type of crevice that is not meant to get stuck in. Okay, so be sure to not use it in that type of way. Now there's a couple of other oils that I do make that are for some of those purposes, but I'm not going to get into them now because, again, I start rambling, so I'm not. But this one is not that type of oil. But what type of oil is it? This oil is an oil that I am biased to Candle Magick, so I definitely love to recommend using this on a red candle. Especially if you're looking to draw and attract, whether it's that special person or whether it's a stranger. I mean, hey, I ain't judging, but a lot of people that I've noticed that tend to purchase this oil are those that might be in some type of partnership, whether it's monogamous or not, I don't know. Excuse me, but they tend to really love it when it comes to these type of arrangements between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, whatever. Yes, I said that. But there are other ways that you can use this, and another way that is very popular is literally just putting it on your hands and making sure that you make some kind of connection and you touch somebody else with it. Because when you do that, what you're doing is you're transferring energy from the intent of the oil to someone else. And that there is said and done. That's enough, right? But then you also can do some other things. You can get really creative with not just this oil, but any of the oils really that I sell. Where we talked a little bit about last night using tag locks. And so let me break down what tag locks are. Tag locks are biological components. So whether that is hair, fingernails, clip-ins, spit, any other kind of bodily fluid, hell, skin cells, anything that is a biological component that you can take and use in your workings. And so if you wanted to give your work that much more of a boost, then yes, tag locks are it. Now, you might ask, how can I get skin cells? Well, that's a good question. But anytime we wear anything, our skin tends to shed off into clothing. And so that is another popular question that I get, where can I use, XYZ piece of clothing from this person? And I say, sure, you may want to just cut up a little piece. You don't need the whole entire thing, but you can cut up a piece, add some of the oil. You can add it to, again, because I'm biased, I love candles. You can add it to candle work. But just be sure that whatever you do use, it is in a safe environment, especially when it comes to candles, because I am not going to promote, although I'm not going to promote leaving candles unattended. I do it quite a bit, so I don't want to tell y'all that, but hey, whatever, to each his own. One thing that I will suggest too is that, oh, my screen is going blank again. Going blank again. Okay, I see myself. Another way that I suggest in using this oil is to if you want to use it when you're going out, you can. Now, here's the thing. Again, I would recommend putting a little bit on your hand, being careful where you touch and who you might touch. But you can do that, and you can also place it at the nape of your neck, which is a pulse point, as well as on your wrist, which is a pulse point. Now, I will say most of my oils do have some type of scent. However, CFM, it does not really have a scent, though some people say it does, and I believe what they're smelling is more so just the herbs, because sometimes what I will do is blend up all of the different herbs in a blender before adding it to the oil, and sometimes I don't. And so when I do tend to blend it up, it does have a little bit more of a scent. Sometimes I do substitute herbs for essential oils and vice versa, just depending on what I have in stock. And so the essential oils do tend to give it just a little bit of a smell, but it's not like, it's not a perfume. Let me pause and say this. Everything that I make, all of the oils that I make, they are not meant to be a perfume, okay, or a cologne. They do tend to have those characteristic smells of maybe a perfume or cologne, but that is not the only intent behind the oil. So if you do make a purchase, do not expect, it to be able to last all day like body sprays or colognes, because that's not what the original intention is. The original intention of any kind of oil that I make is simply the energy that goes on behind the scenes. And the smell really is an added bonus, right? When you're using it and going out and you're flaunting and, doing whatever it is that you want to do. But anyhow, yes, that is a CFM oil. It is a very interesting oil. I've heard stories. You can go on Etsy right now and see some of the testimonials. Some of them are funny. Some of them are funny when it comes to this particular oil. And I've heard, things where hey, me and my partner, we were fighting and I went and got some of this oil, and all of a sudden it was nobody started fighting, and it was, we got down. And so I'm like, okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Hey, that's the whole purpose of it, right? Why, don't spread hate, spread love. Taking it back to the hippie days. But anyhow, yes, that is what this is. So I have a ton of other different products that are on Etsy. So if you want to go and take a look at those, and if you want to enter into this giveaway, because again, I am going to give you a secret promo code at the end of this live session here. I'm going to give you a secret promo code for the giveaway, as well as the Etsy promo code that'll be coming at the end of the stream. Oh my goodness, oh yes, that's what I was gonna say. So if you want to take a look at Etsy right now, then the link that is up here wavering in the ethos up above my head, my link tree, that will take you to the giveaway as well as my Etsy store. And so the first link is the giveaway stream. That is what here we go. That is what that screen looks like. You know, I'll tell you this, there were quite a few people who took advantage of not only the 70% off secret promo code from last night, but they also took advantage of the giveaway codes. And so there are a few people that already do have their 100, extra 100 entry points into the giveaway. I will say this is that if you've already made a purchase and you want to make another purchase and you want to do that extra entry, you can, because with each purchase, and if you give me the actual the secret code for that day, you'll get another 100 entry points. Okay, so I am all about love. I'm all about bringing it in. I'm all about making sure that you are going to be the best version of who you are, because that has been my absolute goal from the beginning of starting this business, is to change the world one person at a time. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead. Excuse me. Last night I was coughing horribly. And I said, I'm going to make sure I have my water tonight. So give me 1 second. I'm getting over this whole sinus, pollen, congestion, all that stuff. And it has just been even though I love springtime, but the yellow stuff that comes with it, that takes over everything and is just coating your cars and whatnot and the ground and everywhere. I understand about the whole rebirth and, new life and all this other stuff, but my sinuses don't like it. So hold on. Okay. There are a couple of other things. If you are just joining in live and you do have different questions, if you have any comments that you want to drop, by all means, definitely let me know. I am here. That is what I am here for, because I want to make sure that not only are you able to use the products, I want to make sure that you are getting the most out of them. Okay, so some other frequently asked questions that I get on Etsy include some of the baths that I make. We'll get into those another day when we talk about baths specifically, but some of them containing magic. Like last night we talked about karma, and I tend to tell people it really and truly just depends on what you believe in, because a lot of magic work is gray, and there's not really one answer to the next, because we all have our own different paths and we all have our own different ways at looking at things, right? We have our own internal truths, and I cannot tell you if your truth is correct or not. So it really is an internal thing. So for example, oh, hey, Bria. So for example, in hoodoo, there is no such thing as karma. But then you have other paths, especially the law of three in Wicca, where whatever you do out there, it comes back 2 times 3. But then in another path that I've walked in my practice is Regla de la Osha, which is, I like to explain it to many people as Santeria without the saints, working with the saints. There is not necessarily something called karma, but it is payments for certain things that you do in your life. So if you want something, for example, bad to happen, then, you know, something bad may happen to you, but you just really don't know what that payment is. You have to pay that deity that's doing your bidding, right? So when it comes to that type of situation, you really have to dig deep and say, you know, what is it that I truly believe? And because, and I'll tell you this, because whatever you truly believe is what is going to attract. So like if you go back and look at a lot of the old school hoodoo workers, you know, that really kind of drove this practice to what it is today, like the whole karma thing, you know, if they didn't believe in it, they're not going to attract any type of karma, especially if they're doing work for other people. But it just really, really, truly depends. I know for me, for myself, I do believe that there is a certain taking out the particular path, taking it out of that particular context. I do believe that whatever you do energetically out there, you do attract. So you can call it karma, you can call it whatever you might want to, but we'll just, so let me make sure, so everybody can hear me. I see somebody says they can't hear, and I want to make sure that you can hear me. That comment came from Instagram. It looks like, oh, you laughed at me, I see, on YouTube, so I'm assuming that you can hear me. So yeah, make sure that if you can't hear me, or, because, you know, I'm going to tell you, like, last week, was it last week? I think it was last week. I was sitting here talking in Magick School, which is on YouTube, and I'll tell you a little bit about Magick School here in a second, but I was doing class on Magick School, and I talked for a good 10 minutes and had absolutely no idea. But see, for some reason, my screen was changed, and I had no idea. People were telling me, like, hey, we can't hear you. Oops. So yeah, so Magick School is a place where I really talk a lot about the things that I'm discussing here, as far as different paths, spirituality, manifesting, energy, you know, all of that stuff. We talk about, I'm echoing. Oh no, that's not good. Here, let me just, 1 second. All right. So I disconnected my microphone. I don't know what it's doing. It could be because it's right beside my cell phone. Sometimes, you know, electronics do things. Am I still echoing? Bree on YouTube? Am I still echoing? Hopefully not. Hopefully not. I like to talk in accents, random accents. Sometimes I'll just be walking around the house randomly speaking in British accents. It's horrible. Like, it's a horrible accent. But I watch Bridgerton and it just gets stuck in my head. And so I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm a cast member. Yeah, that sucks. So yeah, hopefully I'm not echoing anymore. If I am, then it is what it is, man. You know, hey, I just have to wing this for the rest of the night and then try again tomorrow. Because again, I am not perfect, and neither is technology. So what was I talking about? Yes, I was talking about Magick School. So on YouTube at School of Magick, I have something called Magick School, where we talk exclusively again about manifesting, magic, and spell work and things of that nature. And so this is my membership base only. So good, I'm not echoing. Yay! This is membership based only, and it starts at the receiver level, where you not only get access to Magick School, but you also get access to some other classes that I've recorded, and placed on YouTube. And so you really get a bang for your buck. Like, the minimum membership is $25 a month. And so you get access to the live classes. You get access to the recorded classes that we've already had, because we've had 6 classes already. And you get like 3 other different types of classes, like how to read cards and, becoming your authentic self. I mean, a whole bunch of other stuff. And so it's a really good thing. I'm not trying to break the bank for anybody, because I really do want to help as many people as I can and meet people where they are. So, hey, it is what it is. But we are having a lot of fun. Last week we went over all the clairs. So how you receive energy and how you interpret energy. And then the week before that, we talked about connecting with your guides, whether it's ancestors, whether it's spirit guides, whether it's angels, whatever it might be, right? We talked about that. And so eventually what we're going to do is work our way all the way up from the beginning, from A to Z. And Z is like making your own products, whether you want to sell it or you want to just use them on your own. But we're going to talk about herbs and oils and all that stuff. But I have to take you from A to Z because I want to make sure that whatever you do, it actually works. I do not want you out there putting my name on it saying, she don't know what she's talking about. And so I'm not going to rush through anything, and I'm not going to rush through teaching things. I want to make sure that I'm teaching things the right way and the correct way. Okay. All right. So we are hitting the 6:30 mark. If you are here and you do have any questions, by all means ask me. Again, if you continue on to the end of this stream, I will post up that secret giveaway code, as well as the secret Etsy promo code, okay? And you're going to get up to 70% off. You just never know what percentage might be for that night, okay? And trust me, a lot of people took advantage of it last night, and they really dug in, took advantage of the 70% off to the point where I was like, oh my God, am I crazy for doing this? But, it's okay because I only really do it once a year, and this will be my one time for this year. And sometimes I tend to do it towards the end of the year around like Black Friday and Cyber Monday and all that stuff. But yeah, I did it. And hey, I just want to make sure that people are able to get the best bang for their buck, as well as getting some awesome products in return. So, hold on. All right. Another thing too, as we're sitting here, if nobody has any questions, we're just gonna keep on chatting. Is that I'm also kind of a side note. I'm in this pre-phase development phase of working on teaching people how to build up a successful Etsy shop because, I started just talking about manifesting for a second. I started on Etsy making like $64 that first month that I was on Etsy. And I was surprised I even made $64 to tell you the truth. I was in a corner of my apartment, in the apartment that we lived in. I had like one bookshelf with some ideas of things that I was going to make. And so that one bookshelf is really what drove me to really start broadening and developing more products, and figuring out what was out there and what I could create. And so the more that time went on, the more things I started creating. And so I started really building this business that I asked my husband, I was like, yo, can I quit my temporary job and just go gung ho? And he was like, yeah. And I did. And then eventually what ended up happening is that he quit his job because I needed him to help me. And because of that, we not only doubled income revenue streams, but we exceeded far beyond what we both did working for someone. And so I can say this is that if you are interested in creating your own shop, your own Etsy shop, then I am going to be creating kind of a soft beta outline on helping others do the same. And that class will actually be held on Magick School. Well, it'll be held on School of Magick on YouTube, my channel, under the membership base as well. So now you're going to get access to everything. You'll get access, if you join the Etsy class, you'll also get access to Magick School as well as everything else. So you get a ton of information. I mean, a ton of information that you really just can't get anywhere else, right? And so, I can't stress how much you're going to get, and I would jump on it if I wasn't already hosting. Anyway, all right. So let's see here. I do want to take a moment to chat just a little bit about some other things that I have come across on Etsy as far as like when customers have questions and things of that nature. And one thing is that, I get a lot of people that are beginners in Magick and beginners in using the different products that I have. And being a beginner is absolutely fine because we all start from somewhere. We literally all start from somewhere. And so, excuse me, when we are doing work, a lot of people want to know, hey, it didn't work for me. And so I ask, well, how many times did you use it? Or, how long ago did you use it? And they say, oh, I just used it today. And I go, yeah, you got to give it a little bit more time. Now, for some people, it will, a lot of the products that I have, especially the oils, will work instantaneously. And that is because, now I'll tell you this versus why it might not have worked instantaneously. Working instantaneously actually comes from they don't have any blocks, or they could be a little bit more advanced in working with energy and the tools at their disposal, and the other person might not be as stubborn if they're working on any kind of attraction work. But when it comes to those who might use it one time, especially if you are a novice, there might be blocked because okay, let me see if I have some. Okay, hold on, because Facebook wasn't coming up, so I want to make sure I put it on my phone. You may have some blocks, or that person may be very, very stubborn, and so it's going to take a little bit more time, right? It's going to take a little bit more energy. You may, one person might be able to use it that first time that night, and versus the next person has to burn. Oh, okay, so Instagram can't hear me. Here, let me restart Instagram. So, but Bree, you told me you can hear me on YouTube, right? Let me restart Instagram. Okay, hold on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Don't tell me it's going to be one of those days. One of those days where I did all this talking and no one can hear me. So I'm restarting Instagram. And I am going to pull it back up. Pulling it back up. Alright, so I think it is still showing me as live. Although my computer has a little bit of a lag going on because I still see myself talking on my phone. Still says searching for video signal. I am restarting Instagram because for some reason they are not able to hear me on Instagram. So let's try that again. And I'm bringing back up the chat box as well for all platforms. Okay. All right. So let's see here. I am back live on Instagram. So if you are on Instagram, please let me know that you can hear me. I see a couple of people are watching from YouTube, and so evidently I think it just might be my connection for Instagram. Okay. All right. So let's see here. We have a question coming up in the chat box. Can anyone work with a Chosia? Do you have to be initiated? No, you do not have to be initiated, okay? Anyone can work with any of the Orishas. Anyone can work with any of the Orishas. There is a certain level of understanding that you have to have before working with some of the Orishas. And if you were to come to me, for example, and you're and I say, hey, I would suggest working with this person. I would suggest working with this Orisha. But I would be that person that would give you that information because some people do take it upon themselves. You can hear me on Instagram. Yay! I don't know what it was. I guess it was just my connection to Instagram. Well, let me tell y'all, I had a whole conversation and, yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Y'all didn't hear me. I will make sure to test that tomorrow before, oops, I shook my table, before I go live, because I don't want y'all to miss out on any of the information I'm giving you. So anyhow, so if I say, hey, I would suggest working with this particular Orisha or that Orisha, I would give you the information on working with that particular Orisha. Now, again, some people do jump out and say, hey, I'm going to work with that person without any. You don't have to have a whole lot of knowledge. You do have to have an idea on the best practices. And some of that information you can get, but I tend to stay away from a lot of the information that comes through online, only because you just never know what you're going to get, because some of the Orisha information does contradict itself, but the reason why is because they come from different paths. So when you look into like the African traditional religions, you have Santeria, you have Regla de la Osha, you have Ifa, you have Voodoo, you have, although Hoodoo is technically not an African traditional religion, I'll throw it in there as an honorary type path. You have like, there's so many different there, and I actually was going to do a video on this. I have to finish the video because there's just so many out there. And some of them do work with their Orishas, and some of them have their own other deities that kind of cross blend, and some of them have other deities that may seem similar to their Orisha. So there's just so much out there that it can get quite confusing, which is the reason why I say, it's best to talk to someone. And I can be that person if you have questions, or if anyone has any questions about working with the Orishas, I can give you some information to an extent. Now, yes, there is some information that cannot be given to someone who is not a practitioner of the path, and that's because there's just certain level of knowledge that goes along with certain stuff, right? So it's like, and I give that, I explain that like you wouldn't just throw a kid in, algebra 3 without knowing how to add. And so that's the whole analogy that I use with some of the information that you may receive and may not be able to receive, but you'll be able to get enough to be able to do what you need to do. Okay? Excuse me. At least I'm coughing a lot less tonight. Oh my gosh. But I did bring my cup of water. Let me tell you, I've had this cup for like over 10 years. It's my Fat Tuesday. If you've never been a fat, well, this is not a sponsored video. I'm not getting paid by them. I have to say that because I forgot I'm on YouTube. But yes, those are memories. So, okay. All right. So if you have any questions, now is the time. Again, last night, a lot of people took advantage of that 70% off secret promo code that I put up at the end of the stream for my Etsy shop. But tonight I will be giving a whole different code that does expire at midnight. Excuse me, and you don't know what you're going to get until then. And then also, if you want to go ahead and take a sneak peek at what is over there on Etsy, as well as enter into the giveaway, this like the biggest giveaway that I'm doing ever, you would just follow this little link up above my head. That way you can find my social media handles. You can find the link to the giveaway. You can find my store. Excuse me, it's like a free fall, right? In one single place, and that is in this link above my head. Above my head. All right, so I'm going to hang around a little bit. I'm going to keep chatting, and answering any questions. If no more questions come up, then I'm going to go ahead and roll on to the next thing here, and give you all the secret codes, rather, so that way you are, let me show you. Oh, yeah, that's the giveaway box. So, yeah, that's what the giveaway looks like when you click on it in the link above. Okay? Alrighty. So let me, boom. I'm so proud of myself how I set all this up. I'm telling you, it took me a while to figure out what in the world I was doing. It took me quite a while. And if you are tuning in from Facebook, please bear with me because Facebook does not let me see any of the comments in my unified chat box across YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm live on Twitter too. I don't really use Twitter, but I figured why not, right? I have a Twitter account, why not? So if you are adding any kind of information or chat or anything on Facebook, again, I can't see it. I wish I could. So I'm pulling up my phone right now just to be sure that I am not missing anything or anybody. Okay? Alrighty. So let's see. All right. So if there are no more questions, then let's go ahead and reveal the secret promo code for Etsy tonight, as well as the giveaway code. Now, let me tell you what to do with the giveaway code, okay? In order to use the giveaway code, you do have to make a purchase from my Etsy shop. Now, that's not to say you don't get, if you go to the link and you don't want to make a purchase, you do get like a lot of opportunities to increase your chances to win already. I just wanted to throw in this extra bonus, especially for people who really, 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 really want this stuff. So if you make a purchase, no matter how big or small, especially if you want to combine it with the promo code that I offer here, then you definitely can. So what you will do is you will go ahead and make your selection on Etsy, your product selection, you fill up your cart, you'll go ahead and enter in your address information, put in your payment details, and right before you check out, then you need to add the giveaway code in the add note to seller box, okay? It's then the add notes to seller box, and in that box right before checking out on Etsy is where you will put in your giveaway code for your extra 100 entries. And I will be personally managing those particular giveaway entry points to make sure that you expand your options or you expand your chances of winning. All right, so we're going to take one more question before I go ahead and put up those codes. So hang tight. We are almost there at one of the most exciting parts of the night. So let's see here. Do you use cowrie shell to communicate to the Orisha? I think it said. So I think I said it right. Yeah, cowrie shells. Yes, you did. So I personally don't use cowrie shells. There are a few different ways to use. I mean, there's a few different things that are used to communicate with Orishas. So when I've seen my Padrino do readings, he used coconut shells, right? Excuse me, when I communicate with Oya, I use a cigar and I use candle, right? So there are different things, and especially depending on the type of reading that you're getting, because some types of readings require different things. Some people throw bones, right? So it just really depends on who you're going to and what type of reading you get and what their path is. Because again, working with the Orisha, you can work with the Orisha and technically you can work with them in Hoodoo. You can work with, they're not called Orisha in Voodoo, but they're called Lao. And then you have, again, Santeria, you have Ifa. So it really just varies. It really and truly does. But cowrie shells, I will tell you this, they are they can be an important use of divination, right? They can be used in divination rather. But they fall in different patterns, especially if you're doing like an EFI, or I believe I'm going to say it's like an EFI reading. I don't do EFI readings, so that's why I say don't quote me. But there are certain people that use them in certain readings. That's why I'm going to just leave it at, because I don't want to tell you the wrong thing, because I don't use them personally, but I know that is there. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and reveal this code. These codes are good until midnight. They are good until midnight. Boom. All right, so you are getting 33% off everything in my Etsy store tonight. These codes are right over here. Wait, right here. Yeah, right here in this little box. You get... Wait, yeah, there we go. I'm trying to make sure I'm pointing at the right way. You get 33% off till midnight on everything. And I just developed some new products that I'm so excited to be launching. There is one more product I need to put up, which is an all-natural sunscreen. We're getting ready to go to the beach here in a couple of weeks. And so I wanted to make my own sunscreen, especially for my 8-month-old baby boy. I wanted to make sure that everything that I put in was all natural. And that's what I did. I also created some salt scrubs. I have some shower bombs, right? I am creating, I'm expanding House of Oya. So the House of Oya that you already know with all of the fabulous spiritual products is now expanding from not just spiritual products, but to spa products as well, self-care, self-love products. And I'm calling this particular line Always Amina Spa. Now, you might say, where did you get Always Amina, right? Where does that come from? Well, that name was the name that my mother actually used for the products that she used to make, which is where I get all of this like creativity making stuff from. And my mother really, really loved making lotions, making she made like soaps, like she made body spray. She made a whole bunch of different things. And it was during a time when she was actually learning to use the computer. I remember teaching her how to use the computer, and she was printing her own labels and doing all of it. And Amina is actually an African name that means always truthful and honest. And so that's why I said Always Amina. I was actually the one to help my mother name it. And so in light of my mother transitioning last year, I said, I want to bring these products back because I know towards the end of her physical life, she really did want to get in there and start making things again, but her health just really wouldn't allow her to do that. And so I'm taking upon myself to bring these products back out to the people so they're able to get some of the maximum quality products, the same thing that my mother made, to be able to offer it to the world. And so not only am I increasing and expanding, excuse me, to spa and self-love products, but I'm also creating a line called Total Basics, which is all natural products. So like the all natural sunscreen, right? The aromatherapy shower bombs, right? The excuse me, bear with me. So yeah, I'm going to be making tinctures, things of that nature that really gets back to the basics of health, the basics of making sure that we stay healthy and without all of the extra long scientific names that we just can't always. I know I can't pronounce them half of the time, but